Yo, what's up? It's your girl, Pretty Riot, and I'm sitting pretty starting riots right here on iLLANOiZE Radio. And every single week, you come and you watch these great interviews, and you still ain't subscribed. What are you doing? Hit the subscribe button and turn the notification bell on too.
Welcome world, welcome world, welcome world, welcome world, welcome world, welcome world, welcome world. It's iLLANOiZE Radio, Chicago's most valuable radio show. I'm your host, Biko, alongside Pretty Riot,
You're
Illinois Jones. Pow, pow, pow. And as always, we bring you all the illest guests from around the city and globe. And today, Morgan Gold is in the building.
I'm so excited.
Welcome.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Dope shit. Dope as fuck to have you here today.
Yeah.
Fucking talented, man.
I thank you.
Man, this is crazy.
Thank
This
you.
is your first time here.
I know.
Yeah.
I've been watching your footage and listening to your shows for like a few years now, like since I like started like really taking my career seriously. So to be here is just such a awesome full. Can I swear?
Yeah.
It's such a great fucking full circle moment. So,
yeah, girl,
like,
cuss it up.
Fuck shit.
Hello, you say you wasn't taking it serious.
Yeah, people
Hello.
say that too.
Oh no! I mean, like I've always taken like my craft and my art serious, but like when I decided to actually start putting music out into the world, that's what I mean by take seriously. When I really started making moves as to okay, how can I grow a fan base? How can I, be in the studio regularly, like all of that.
Because your music don't sound like you started making music yesterday.
Okay.
Sound like you've been doing this for some time.
I mean, it's been a lot of years in the making, and I'm turning 26 this year, and so I feel like I've just grown up with the music. I've been writing for a really long time, like since the age of 10. So I've definitely been. I've been doing my thing. I've been crafting melodies like since I was just 5th grade in my room with my notebooks. So I'm lucky that I'm in a spot right now where like it feels natural, yet I still feel challenged.
Hey,
Fifth grade, Morgan Gold in a room writing rhymes, writing songs. Who were you listening to?
I was listening to everybody. Like I was really into around that time. I was really into like rock anywhere between like the 50s and 80s. Wow. So I was into a lot of that older music, and then when I started getting into college, that's really when like my love for the weekend like started like forming kind of ideas and inspirations about how I wanted to bring my art into the world, and his music really was
Click.
that was the clicker.
I hear soul in you too.
I hear soul like a motherfucker.
Yeah,
Where the soul come from? Come on now.
I think soul comes from the fact that like really early my love for blues kicked in. I was listening to a lot of blues at that time too as well when I was first writing. I don't know. I adore the way a musician can just approach a song with care and passion, but they don't they're not rushing into anything. And there's a lot of even like just raw imperfection in genres like blues. And even though like I would say that certain elements of my music have way more of like a more like I don't want to say like perfected, but like that more like polished like pop sound. It's nice to go back to those genres like blues where I can still emulate like the voice that I'm given, but I don't have to like worry so much about a note being perfect. And I think that's kind of where my soul comes from, is from that vulnerability and embracing it in a sense.
Who exposed you to this? To the 50s and 60s rock, to the blues? Like, where did that come from?
That definitely came from both of my parents. I mean, like I was Elvis for Halloween twice in a row, and in the 3rd and 4th grade. And then,
That's how you save money.
With the wig and everything.
My son was a liar for 3 years. What you talking about? Hey, it worked out. So he grabbed that motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean, like, and I think too, just paying attention to what my family was listening to, what they liked, and seeing like music make people happy in a way that like they got to grow up with it. I think that's why I really liked older music so much, was because it's generational. Like you can still listen to like the Beatles and Stevie Wonder, and you know most people would still be able to recognize those songs. And I think that timelessness is what I found so attractive about that kind of music.
Dope as fuck.
Yeah.
Shout out to the parents for doing
Shout
their
out.
thing.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Because I was trying to play double dutch over here and jump into the conversation. So, outside of your influences, when was the first moment that you realized you can sing, or like you were talented within music? Because I think like it's one thing for your parents to be like, "Oh, girl, you can sing," or like, my baby sounds so good," but like, when did you yourself realize like, "Oh no, I'm talented"?
I think it was like right around that time, like around like the 5th grade. Like I got a guitar, I got all these songwriting notebooks, and it was you know, people could like, you know, people oh you can sing. It was when people started saying you can actually sing. I'm like, oh, okay, so I can actually sing. So I may have something here. And then, you know, you take that craft and you take it into, you know, you take it into junior high and high school, like, and then through college, and then the compliments just kind of stuck, and I was like, okay, so I'm not being lied to. I'm like, you know, people aren't just being nice to me. Like I've actually got something going, and I've just been working at it ever since through all kinds of performances, through stand up, through theater, through you know, even just like playing guitar a lot, just kind of helps me with my melody choices. But yeah, it was right around the time when like I started hitting puberty, and like, you know, even with all the like physical changes that came with it, that voice just kind of like pierced through it. Mm-hmm. And so I took that shit and I ran with it. Yeah.
Now before we tap into this break, Morgan, and get into some music off of I want to make sure I say it right, Megalomania.
That's right, Megalomania.
Oh damn, I've been saying melanoma.
It's okay.
What you been saying, Pretty Rod?
Melanoma.
That's like cancer.
Girl, that's what they do the settlement commercials for.
Oh shit. I'm sorry. No disrespect. I really been calling that project melanoma.
That'll be my next
You
project.
have melanoma. Call.
If you didn't took anything.
Oh my God. Before we tap into this break, you stated that you started taking music serious, but I wanted to know, was it something that happened? Was it a friend that motivated you? Was it a specific song you heard that made you say, all right, let me actually jump into this music thing and take my career serious?
I mean, you know, for a long time I had been hearing like chatter from peers of mine, like, hey, you should really start, like, you know, you should release this. I think it was when I was in college, and I was surrounded by a lot of independent art, and I hate to say this, but I was like, I can do a lot better. And so that was just kind of like, I'm like, you know, people were putting out music, and I was like, yeah, like, it's cool, but I got notebooks full of songs like in my bedroom that I could just shit on these lyrics. And so I was like, there's no excuse anymore for me to not. Like, I've got to try. I've got to show people what's up.
Your second studio album is out right now.
That's right.
Megalomania.
Megalomania.
What you say? Pretty right. Melanoma.
Metrophilium.
Melanoma.
We finna tap into some
Milli Vanilli.
Y'all keep it locked. Morgan Gold is in the building. September 20th.
September 20th?
At Millennium Park.
At Millennium Park.
Vocalo presents Summer Finale.
Uh-huh.
Marquise Hill's hitting the stage.
Uh-huh.
Kaina is hitting the stage. And Pivot Gang representing the West Side.
It's hitting
the whole gang hitting the stage.
These are the people that I love, all that land side.
Nudia Hernandez is going to be hosting. And guess who's going to be alongside her hosting?
Oh, my boy Bingo.
Yes, sir. I'll be hitting that stage as well, keeping everybody entertained. I mean, it's open to the public, and we at Millennium park, and it's a 5-finger discount. It's free.
It's free, shawty.
So get your lawn chairs ready, bring your grills out. Do they allow grills on?
I don't know, but who gonna tell?
Yeah.
Who gonna tell? I ain't gonna say nothing.
Oh, the real.
Especially if you throw me a wing or two.
Same.
You know what I'm saying? If you got some turkey links on that motherfucker, holla at your boy.
Clearly, I'm just gonna start it off on this foot because they done already bust me out because I was calling your project Megalomania, and that's not the name of it. Great music, by the way.
I appreciate it.
I just was mispronouncing it. So it's called Megalomania.
That's right.
How did you come up with that name?
So Megalomania, I forget exactly how I came across the term, but in the period when we were doing a lot of writing for the album, the theme was there. And I had actually been writing the title track for a really long time, like way before the album even started. But so this word megalomania started popping up. And I looked up the definition, and it was so fucking perfect for the theme of the album that I knew instantly. Basically, megalomania is it's a way of thinking that can be attributed to like cult leaders, dictators, basically folks who think that they have a God complex to the point where it makes them better than other people. Like people who are power hungry at the expense of other people. That's what a megalomaniac is. And
There's a megalomaniac.
yeah, you can be a megalomaniac.
Damn, you teaching me today something.
Yeah.
You teaching
You
me
could be
something.
a animaniac, or you could be a megalomaniac.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you a megalomaniac? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
So-
I don't think that you.
It's funny. I hope to never ever be one. But for a long time in my music career, I've been writing about having a God complex, because I think that term gets thrown around so much, and I think that egotistical people definitely do have God complexes. But again, it's to a degree where it's like you think that you're better than somebody else. And so the whole album, I was trying to explore like my connection to God and my connection to the universe, but in a way where I'm not like, oh, like God chose me, the universe chose me, so it's fuck everybody else, because that's a very easy mindset to get lost in, especially when you're trying to embark on a career and where the aim usually to make money as an artist is a lot of people have to listen to you, a lot of eyes have to be on you, a lot of recognition has to be pointed your way. So a way to feed the God complex, a way to feed that ego is for all of, compliments, recognition, money, yada, 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 all of this coming at you all at once. And we've seen power turn people really evil and really mean and really greedy, and turn people into megalomaniacs. And so wanting to explore the potentiality of any kind of greed coming from like my own heart, it was something that I felt that I needed to kind of like address in order for like me to kind of start healing and pointing my making sure that my God complex is pointed in a way where it's holding hands with everybody. And I don't ever want to put myself in a position where my ego is looking down on somebody, because there's so many people where they let their ego get there.
Blow that head right on up.
Exactly. Like a fucking balloon. Yeah.
So you gotta.
Yeah, until you freaking pop yourself. So,
I mean,
yeah.
like hearing you break things down, was there ever a time while putting this album together where things got kind of difficult for you with, knowing the full meaning behind things? Like, was it ever like oh man, I really need to sit down and put some thought to this, to these lyrics to make sure everything adds up and matches up?
Yeah, I mean, me and 730 Skylar, we went through a pretty rigorous and difficult, very, very challenging part of our lives putting it together, just because we knew the music was so good. But we were dealing with things outside of the music and within the music where we were also trying to put all of those themes like onto the album, because a lot of what the lyrics are talking about we were feeling in real time. And that can be very difficult, because it's like, cool, the music's got meaning, but I'm tired, I'm angry, I'm exhausted, and you have to kind of teach yourself in those moments to really push through and rather than let the emotions kind of take you over, like wear the emotions like a coat and get out on stage and perform it. And once that came together, like, you know, I listen to the album now and I'm like, oh my God, everything makes sense. But towards the end of the album too, like a lot of all the lyrics that we were missing just kind of magically fell into place, which I really love about albums too, because a lot of things like come together at the last minute, like songs get added, lyrics get changed because they apply to the context that's more relevant now than it was 6 months ago. You know what I mean? Even though the album's like damn near, you know, 2 years in the making, like you still got to put out a project where it's like in real time you can identify with it. And it was a surreal experience, like even just looking back on it now.
It seemed like this album was very therapeutic for you. Was it like, what was it like being that vulnerable with yourself? And it sounded like you sat down with like, not, I don't want to say you got multiple personalities, but you just sat down with yourself and just pointed out like all the things that you wanted to fix and better.
Yeah, I mean, there's a song on there called Completely Clueless where like, and we've done this a few times where like, we'll take my voice and we'll pitch it down as if it's like somebody else, but then I'm like duetting with it as well. Pretty
so you
much.
be featuring yourself?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's wrong. That's wrong.
Yeah, pretty much. Just because it's like there's a lot of different moods and emotions that were kind of tying the whole album together. Like in a lot of the visuals, there's like multiple different versions of me, and you know that could be selfish me, selfless me, the more masculine me, the more feminine me, but when you're trying to balance all of those things at once, a lot of the times, at least for me, I suffer from like identity theft.
It's crazy hearing you say all these, because these are titles to your songs too.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and identity theft too came from the idea of like just constantly having to pour everything about who you are into content and the world needing to see who you are constantly,
and then being able to steal your damn identity.
Yeah, and it's
you snap with that.
Thank you. And it's fucking exhausting. Like I love the work that I do, but Megalomania was so much about like how if I don't balance myself, my work will destroy me, because it almost has like several times. And we were like, you know, like people are like, how the hell do you do that? I'm like, I don't fucking know. Like I got a motivation that's like very unique to me, and then I push through it. But it was very therapeutic making the album. I learned a lot about myself, which is the goal with any project that I put out, is to write it, and then I'm like, oh wow, like damn, that's how I'm feeling. And then like like that's the therapy right there, is like having it teach you about yourself.
Yo, what's up? It's your girl Pretty Right, and I'm sitting pretty, starting riots right here on Illinois.
I'm gonna let you finish, but did you tell them to listen to iLLANOiZE Radio?
Every Saturday from 4 to 6 p.m.
Well, I was getting to that, but y'all made a point, so I hope y'all tune in.
Do that.
Wow.
I remember the first time I came to one of your shows and saw you perform. Matter of fact, it was the Dende show.
At Sub T.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the first time I saw you perform, and I was blown the fucking away. And I was like, what made it even doper was you performed a song and you was like, shout out to my lady, she produced this track.
Yeah.
That was even more amazing. Like,
Shout out Jamie, I love you.
how is it to have someone who's a creative as yourself and y'all just like together all the like, that's like the dopest shit ever.
Or is it?
So it's interesting because we were not like making music together when we first met. I was working with my former producer, and she was really inspired by what was going on, that she, you know, downloaded Studio One and started making beats, and then we moved in together, and then we're making our own music together. I'll tell you what, it's absolutely wonderful because I'm able to talk to her about any kind of like issue that I'm having or any kind of creative idea, and she's able to like feed off of it and give suggestions that like, you know, like a colleague, a musician, like a fellow producer would give you. The only downside to living with a creative constantly, at least for me, is that I put so much pressure on myself feeling like I need to create all the time. And so if I hear somebody else in the room that's creating and I'm not in a creative mode, I tend to feel really guilty, and I'll like kick myself, like just being like, damn, somebody else is making music. Why aren't you making music? And then my brain's like, well, bitch, because you're trying to relax. And,
For real though.
yeah, but like learning how to give yourself grace in those situations and just being grateful at the fact that you and your life partner are like able to talk to each other not only in English but in the musical languages as well. And it's really, really comforting, especially if I'm writing something like if I'm writing about something that I'm going through that may not be so easy to convey in just regular sentences. Like having someone there who can listen to the song and be like, oh, is it about that? I'm like, yes, you understand. It's really something special and intimate that I'm very fortunate to have.
So she wasn't producing the whole. She started producing when y'all moved in together. Or?
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
Man, look at them creative juices. Just
Yeah.
rolled
You
off.
rubbed
and-
off on her, huh?
And she and I did Midas and Megalomania together.
So I was
yeah.
I was about to ask, this is gonna come off inappropriate, but I don't mean it like that. How many musical babies would you say that you guys have made?
Musical babies?
As far as
Oh.
like collaborations, like
Yeah.
not on no freaky shit, because I know people do.
Well, there's a lot of music we've made that you can make babies to.
That's a motherfucking
That's a
bomb
bar.
drop.
Yes.
Yeah.
Musical babies. I mean, we've definitely easily made over a few hundred records, especially like during the pandemic when all we were doing was just staying inside and creating. And I mean, we've got at least like a couple more albums worth of like brand new material that we've started like since after Megalomania came out. I wouldn't be surprised if like by the end of 2025 we'd easily have like 1,000 in the archive, easily. Yeah.
Damn.
She's also an engineer too, right?
Yeah, she's an engineer as well, which I mean she's a Swiss Army knife. We have a studio set up in one of the bedrooms in our apartment, and we can just walk in, create something, walk out, make dinner. And that could be our night.
Y'all ever be like
Home
chilling
powerhouse.
and y'all be chilling watching the movie, be like, I got an idea. Let's get up.
Yeah, and then vice versa. We'll be making something that could be like super, super dope, and then she'll just be like, I'm bored, let's watch a movie. And then like but it's funny to just like, you know, like we've done it for so long we can just easily switch in and out of the context.
That's dope. That's fucking amazing,
good.
man.
I love that.
Congrats on the engagement as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, congrats.
I appreciate that.
Bow, bow, bow.
Yeah, no, that's encouraging. I was telling you off
Yeah.
air how encouraging that is for. I mean, not just yourselves, but those interested into jumping into marriage. So, I mean, with that being said, is there any songs that you may have made for her on Megalomania that?
Not on Megalomania, but there was a single that it easily could have been on the album, but there was a song that we dropped on our anniversary last year, November 14th, called Leo. And that is like directly about her because she's Leo. You know, you're my flame, my fire sign. On Megalomania, I think, to be quite honest, so much of that album revolves around like just yourself deteriorating. So there are lyrics about her on the record, but it's more so from a perspective of like, I hope you're able to deal with me going through my insecurities right now. It's way harder for me, I'm gonna be quite honest, to write about like, and this sounds terrible, it's way harder for me to write about like happier love songs than like deeper, introspective, darker songs. I think just because I'm able to draw upon that better, but what I've been trying to do is like, I like to do this thing where if I'm writing about myself, I like to have like my girl's perspective kind of be like when you're reading a book and there's like the narrator who's kind of on the outside, you know what I mean? Like I kind of like to bring her like in the songs in that way, where it's just kind of like, this is what I'm going through. Do you see this? How do you feel about this? I apologize for like you seeing me like this.
Man, that's dope to have a partner like that.
Yeah.
Man, all around. Shit, hold on.
Yeah, it's really special.
Before we wrap things up, you said work almost destroys you several times. What did you mean by that? Like, what was it? Is this something musically, or as in, because you also do events coordination? So did you like overload yourself? Was it the stress from music? Was it the stress from life? And how did you overcome that situation?
Yeah, I mean, like I'm the kind of person where I want to do everything, and I want to put as many people on stage as possible. I want to put myself on stage as many times as possible. But the reality is that like where I'm at in my career, and you know, no matter where I'm at in my career, but like, you know, everything's coming out of pocket. Like I gotta get to these gigs. I gotta, you know, I gotta, you know, make merch. I gotta be everywhere. So it's not just the price to pay in terms of like money, but like my energy and my social battery. I've been doing this for like 5 going on 6 years, and it's just a constant state of like, how can I get traction? How can I get traction? How can I get streams? How can I get views? And doing that for so long, especially like kind of transitioning from like 18 to 21 to 25, like really pivotal moments in like your youth, but like your youth's kind of wrapping up. It almost destroyed me in a sense of like my insecurities deteriorating. I still have to like remind myself that like I'm good enough, and that there is a place for me in this industry. And I don't always believe it. Like, I don't even always believe it 7 days out of the week. But this album, like, really taught me, like, just how much work I need to do on myself. And I've been doing the work. And there's a day, I mean, like, shoot, like, there's days that still come up where it's, like, I can feel myself, like, getting too tired. I can feel my bones getting too heavy. And then I tell myself, you haven't even peaked yet, bitch. Like, stop complaining. Like, get the fuck up out of bed, drink some water, go stretch, and go write a damn song. And that's not even me being harsh on myself. That's like, you know, God blessed me with this gift. I'm not about to waste it. So that keeps me going, and that keeps me going like a fucking shark in the water.
I gotta start talking to myself like that.
Yeah.
Oh, Jones, get your fat ass up. Get your fat ass up, Jones. I got you, Big-O. Big-O, get your fat ass up, okay? Go do something with yourself, okay? You better get up, get out, and get something. Can't spend all your time trying to get high. You need to get up, get out, and get something, because you and I got to do for you and I. I got you.
Hey, that's some deep shit.
Can you just like record 40 different variations of like, you doing that?
I got you.
All right, cool.
Cool. Get your ass up. That'll be your alarm.
All right.
Wake up, wake up, wake up.
You gonna snooze me, motherfucker? You better don't snooze me, motherfucker. Wake your ass the fuck up. We got shit to do.
We gotta do some more drops.
You trying to order food? You got a bank account for that? No, you don't. You're cooking, bitch. You're cooking.
You brought all that shit, but you want to order, okay? Yeah. No Grubhub. Get up and cook.
Y'all in my business.
I mean, is there any upcoming events that people can expect you to perform at, or any events you're putting together for people to come check out?
So there's a couple things happening. Me and Front Row Live got a couple of shows happening in September, October. I'm doing an acoustic set actually at Juggernaut in September. I'm going to be posting about that really soon. And I'm going to be completely honest, after the shows that I got going on in the fall, y'all can expect me to take a little fucking break. I can't say too much, but there isn't any project on the table right now, but there's a lot of music that we plan on dropping next year, and we're gonna do it in a very, very cool way. I don't know how yet, but the music is so damn good that rollout is gonna speak for itself. So just bear with me. But if you can't tell by my voice, I need a minute. I need a minute.
She needs some me time.
Yeah, I'm just tripping
need
on how
some
she
me
brought
time.
up Otis. That's all I started thinking about. Oh my God. I mean, for those tuned in, definitely gotta come out and check out Morgan live.
It's a fucking
treat.
experience.
Yes.
And that is true.
It's a treat. I think the last show I was at Reggie's.
Yeah. Oh,
For
yeah.
Elijah LaFleur. And that was my first time seeing you do the acoustic set. And I was just in the back, just in awe.
I was at a weird ass bar the last place I saw you at. It was like you walk through
Not
a bar.
surprising.
It was like you walk through a bar, then it's like a hallway, but then you walk in a venue. It was like on Fulton up north somewhere.
Oh, are you talking? You're not talking about Burlington Bar, are
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's the last place I saw you perform at. And I was surprised to even see you there. I was like, what the fuck? That's Morgan on the stage.
I was probably drowning in Malört.
Yeah.
Oh, you in this?
Yeah.
You know,
Malört,
before we
girl,
get,
did you
before
do
we-
a Malört with a fucking cicada or some shit?
No, I wanted to so bad for my show at Shuba's, and I kept. The staff probably wanted to slap me. I was like, "Do you have cicadas behind the bar?" And they were like, "No, stop asking us that." And
You keeping Malört's business open.
I am.
Have you reached out? Have they reached out?
So yeah, they sponsored my show actually, and I'm waiting on some drip from them. But like, I want to be for Malört what like Flow is for Progressive.
Oh.
Like that's my ultimate goal. Like I love Malört, I love their product, I love the way that liquor makes me feel. Like I'm gonna be real, I would know, and I say it that way because I would rather take a shot of Malört than a shot of vodka, than a shot of Jack Daniels.
You know what?
Yeah.
The next show I see you at, I'm gonna take a shot of Malört with you.
Yeah,
On
you
me.
better.
say that now.
On me.
She gonna hold you to it.
Yeah.
On me.
I will hold you
Morgan
to
gonna
it.
never
hold
had it.
you to it.
I
never had
will
it,
hold you
and
to
I
it.
wanna
I done
taste
heard
it.
enough about
I got you.
Malört to know that I
got
don't
you.
want to do
Listen,
that
it's
shit.
on camera. This is a Malört handshake right here. You hear me?
A Malört handshake is actually it's either an old style or a PBR with a Malört.
Now you got to do all that.
Yeah, now you gotta do all of it.
I don't drink beer.
It don't matter.
But you know what?
See,
You're
I
Morgan
didn't even know.
Gold.
I didn't even know that was
You're
a beer.
Morgan Gold. Shake on it. I got you.
See this
And
shit?
we're gonna have this.
You
We're
see
gonna
this?
listen. I got you.
This is like the presidential like
Yeah, this is
this
a,
shit. This is politics.
right
now.
here. Yeah. That type of handshake, stop wars in country.
Yeah. Right.
Malört.
All they need is a shot of Malört.
Malört will stop wars.
See?
Malört for president.
I am with you.
Come November.
I'm gonna take
Go
a shot
vote.
with
You
you.
know how like
That's
people
the
were,
campaign.
you know how like
Nah,
people
don't.
were voting for Harambe like that one election.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna vote for Malört.
I know what you're talking. Yeah, I remember that. He literally had a lot of votes too.
He
Which
had
is
like
crazy.
10,000 votes.
That was crazy.
God bless our country. Jesus.
Just be thirsty for presidents.
Oh, but if you're thirsty, go sip some Malört. Okay.
You'll have a night. You'll have a night. I don't know if you'll get hydrated, but you're gonna be something. You're gonna be feeling something.
Before we go, and then you give out your social media.
Right.
What's the craziest night you had off the Malört?
Both were at shows of mine, which is not surprising at all. I think the craziest night that I've had on Malört had to be. It was both when I opened up for Dende at Sub T, I set my initial record of 5 Malört shots in a night, and I got his band too to I got his manager to take shots with me, and then when I headlined Shuba's a couple months ago, I was like, I'm gonna break that record and I'm gonna do 6 in a night, and I did. And the crazy thing is that like I didn't wake up with a hangover or anything.
What the fuck is in Malört?
So Malört is it's a Swedish liqueur that's made here, and it tastes it's got a couple different flavors. Like the flavors that stick out to me are like bug spray, perfume, gasoline.
That's what it tastes like.
Grapefruit juice. Some people think it tastes like piss. I don't think it tastes like piss, and I've never had piss, so like I don't know. But I think people have just like said that for some kind of shock value. But
I don't know what my face look like right now, but
I'm gonna try it with you though.
you should.
Joe's like,
that did not sound appealing. You just told me it could possibly taste like bug spray, gas,
and
piss,
pee.
grapefruit juice.
Yeah, grapefruit juice.
Like, they put a squeeze
Exotic.
of grapefruit juice on top.
Look, I might taste a little bit of people for okay.
Whoa, okay, look. I think we
gotta.
got the rap.
I done ate some pom pom after the club before, okay?
All right.
Listen, we all done
gotta go.
then went home after the club and you know.
We got.
So you've had Malört.
Yeah, a little bit.
So you get it.
I had a little bit of Malört. So I ain't never gonna be wrong to drink it again, you hear me?
Oh my goodness.
This time I'm gonna be sober.
Look, Morgan, let people know how they can follow and stay in tune with you.
It's finger looking good.
They can,
Please.
if you like that Morgan Gold music, you can follow me at Morgan Gold Music. And if you're not a Morgan Gold fan, become one. Okay?